Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. C and this is Math Defined. Today we're solving one-step algebraic equations with fractions. Let's get into it. Here we have the equation x minus 3 1/6 equals negative 2 1/2. Our goal here is to solve for x, or to find the value of x that makes this equation true. And the key to finding its value is to isolate it. So we need to get rid of the minus, or negative 3 1/6, by performing the opposite operation, which is to add 3 1/6. But to keep the equation balanced, we must add 3 1/6 to the right side of the equation as well. Looking at the left side, the 3 1/6 cancel each other out, leaving just the x. And then on the right side, we need to combine negative 2 1/2 and positive 3 1/6. First, we see that the fractions have different denominators, so we need to find a common denominator before we can combine them. I know that 2 divides evenly into 6, so I'm choosing 6 as the common denominator, and I'll bring over the negative 2. Multiplying the denominator by 3 equals 6, so I'll need to multiply the numerator by 3 as well, and 1 times 3 is 3. Since the bottom fraction already has a denominator of 6, I'll just bring it over. Now we have negative 2 3/6 plus positive 3 1/6. Since the signs are different, we need to subtract this pair of mixed numbers and keep the sign of the larger absolute value. Let's rewrite this subtraction problem, putting positive 3 1/6 on top, since its absolute value is greater than negative 2 3/6. Now, starting with the fractions, the denominators are the same, so we can just subtract the numerators. But we can't subtract 1 minus 3. We need to borrow from the whole number 3. The 3 will change to a 2, and we need to give what we just borrowed to the fraction. I'm going to use the shortcut of adding the denominator 6 to the numerator, and 1 plus 6 is 7. Now subtracting 7 minus 3 gives us 4, and keeping the denominator the same results in the fraction 4/6. Looking at the whole numbers, 2 minus 2 is 0. But looking back at the fraction, I see that it can be simplified by dividing the numerator and the denominator by the shared factor of 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3, giving us 2/3. And now we know that x equals positive 2/3, and we're done. For this next equation, we need to solve for y. To isolate the variable, we need to remove positive 5/9 by subtracting 5/9. And keeping the equation balanced, we will subtract 5/9 on the left side of the equation as well. On the right, the 5/9 cancel each other out, leaving just the y. And just like before, this pair of fractions on the right side have different denominators. We need to find a common denominator, and I will choose 18. Starting with the top fraction 5/6, 6 times 3 is 18. So I'll multiply the numerator by 3 as well, and 5 times 3 is 15. Moving down to negative 5/9, 9 times 2 is 18, and then the numerator, negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Now we subtract the numerators, and 15 minus 10 is positive 5, and the denominator stays the same. So y equals positive 5/18. This next equation doesn't have any fractions, just simple decimal numbers. We need to solve for w in the equation. To isolate the variable w, we need to remove the constant negative 3.4. And how do we do that? We use the opposite operation. So we'll add 3.4 to both sides of the equation. Starting on the right side, the 3.4's cancel each other out, leaving the variable w, and then we'll combine negative 9.3 and positive 3.4 using subtraction, resulting in negative 5.9. So w equals negative 5.9. Thanks for watching, and I hope this video helped you out. And until next time, keep math awesome.